Hello everyone, it's good to be with you all here. Thanks for tuning in. This is my update and report from messages that are coming through me, through the Kontomblé, who are the little people of the Dagara Tribe in Burkina Faso, West Africa. And so this lineage was brought to the West through the teachings of Elder Malidome Somé. Always love to honor him at the beginning whenever I'm introducing this lineage to potentially new listeners or new people who are finding my work. And so the Kontomblé, these little people, they have given me some topics for my update today. And what they have told me, the focus of this share is the new vision. And they keep saying that it is an organic report. So what I mean by that is that a lot of what I'm going to be sharing is flowing from my heart in an organic manner, in an organic nature, and it's in honor and in devotion to the organic nature living within each of us. So at the end of my share and at the end of this video, I'm also going to be including a divination from the Kontomblé, and this is a divination that they just brought through to me. I just recorded it right before making this video. So there's some pretty fresh energy and some messages that they really wanted to get out to you all. So a few things that I'll say about the divination, so you know what's in store for you in the end, if you choose to listen to it, is that in this divination, they were talking about several threads that, they've been sharing about for a number of years, naturally. So I'll be sharing a little bit about that in my update to you all. And then also they were bringing through some energies to clear, some clearing energies, some clearing frequencies. And the way that they bring that through is through certain vibrations that come through the voice. So to just have that in mind and to know that that's what's in store in this particular recording is that there are going to be some elements of clearing. So it might be really nice to make sure that when you listen, you're in a really grounded, nurturing space where you can really receive and that you have plenty of space afterwards to integrate. A beautiful way to integrate their messages is to spend some time in quiet, out in nature, sitting with a tree, going for a walk by a river, or just connecting and communing with the mother in all her beautiful forms in whatever way is most accessible and easeful for you. Taking a bath, being in the shower, all these ways are wonderful ways to integrate the medicine. So with that being said, I'd love to share on the three main points that the Kontomblé wanted me to speak a little bit about. And they are creativity and our ancestors, as well as the Divine Feminine Shakti Force that is emerging on the planet right now. And then how this all connects to this invitation from the other world at this time to fully reclaim our wild feminine nature. So creativity in the ancestors, the emerging Shakti life force, and our wild feminine nature. And this wild feminine nature applies to you no matter what type of body you're in, how you identify. We all have this innate wild feminine nature that's asking us to see it, to face it head on, and to reclaim it in open arms at this time. So I'll begin with the creativity in the ancestors. And creativity in the ancestors is the topic of an event that I'll be hosting this weekend. It's the last in a series that I have been moving through the journey of, called the Ancestors Terrarium. And we're going to have a guest teacher who is actually my beloved partner of many years, Cliff Taylor. Cliff is a Ponca poet. He is an author. He is a storyteller. And by Ponca poet, I mean that he is a tribal member of the Ponca tribe in Nebraska. He is the author of many books. He's a wonderful speaker, and obviously I'm biased because he is my partner of many years. It's going to be a very beautiful gift to have him with us, and it's also an invitation for us to share a little bit of our medicine, and perhaps even a little bit of, how it is that spirit brought us together, because we always like to say that it was the little people that brought us together. And if you know Cliff's work at all, he has written a book called The Memory of Souls, which is about his time as a youth, a Ponca youth, growing up, finding his ways, finding the red road, becoming a sun dancer, and meeting the little people. And when I met Cliff, I was handed a little copy of his book. It was a zine at that time, and I read the zine from front to back. And I just knew that from the depths of my soul that there was a deeper connection here, and naturally that unfolded in time. So it is really special to have him as the guest speaker in this event of the Ancestors Terrarium, which is a 3-part series devoted to ancestral healing and ancestral medicine and the resurgence of ancestral medicine at this time. So the thing about creativity in the ancestors and this resurgence of ancestral medicine is that a message that the Kontomblé have been bringing through for some time is that there is this invitation for us right now to really become creative with how we interact with and engage with the other world. That there are a lot of systems in the world that are undergoing renovation and remediation and reclamation. As the old paradigm falls away and something new comes into form, what that new thing is going to be something that supports life-sustaining energies. So we're talking about the creation of sustainable structures for education. We're talking about the creation of sustainable structures for connection to the earth or reconnection to the earth. We're talking about a complete kind of renovation and redoing of all of these institutionalized systems that are anchored in the dying, falling away paradigm. As that paradigm falls away and crumbles, what is left glimmering in the dust are all of these little shiny golden puzzle pieces. And those golden puzzle pieces are the threads of our own innate ancestral medicines. And each one of us is one piece in that puzzle. And we need to all come together to kind of see what it is that we're actually building. No one person can hold the complete puzzle in their mind. So I feel like Spirit's bringing this forth to be talked about at this time because they want us to really know how supported we are in this process. That there is a great unveiling, stripping away, rumbling from within the earth that is supporting us in releasing the parts and pieces of ourselves that were tethered into this old paradigm. So this brings me to the next topic, which is the Shakti Force energy. The Shakti Force energy that is emerging on the planet is quite literally coming up from within the Earth's core. This is something that the Kontomblé have been speaking about for many years, but in particular around January, February of 2022, they started talking about it very distinctly, of these volcanoes underneath the ocean and how they're erupting. And through their eruptions, these frequencies are emitting out through the world. And these frequencies are emitting out through the waters. And these frequencies are connecting to the beings in the waters, such as the whales. And these frequencies, they carry within them a potentiality of the restoration of our ancient lineages. That potentiality is none other than this innate Shakti Force, this wild, divine feminine energy. And the Kontomblé do speak about this more in the divination I share at the end. So I'll leave it at that so that you can really hear it in their own words and receive it in that way. But as this Shakti Force energy emanates up and ripples up out through the bottom of the ocean, through the water, through the beings who walk the earth, and up out of the mantle and crusts of the earth, what happens is it's a frequency that's actually supporting us in building these life-sustaining structures. So old paradigm falls away, life-sustaining structures are being born, and the earth is supporting us in this. With that support comes this wild invitation to reclaim our wild feminine nature. And there are housed within many of us these living lineages. Each one of us, as a piece of the puzzle, is also a piece of this living lineage. And in order for these ancient, wild, divine feminine lineages to resurge, resurface, and come to their full expression in the generations to come. Not just talking about 2 months from now, okay? I'm talking about generations to come. In order for that to happen, there are ancient contracts that need to be remade, that ancient promises refulfilled and regenerated between human and land, and between human and animal. And so this is something that's always been innate and intact in indigenous wisdom. No matter what indigenous culture all over the earth, they know this, that there are these inseparable bonds between humankind and nature, between humankind and the animals, and between humankind and the elements as they are expressed in the land. And so how do we open ourselves to that, to remembering that? There's a lot of different potential solutions and steps one could take. It could be as simple as supporting your local tribe in the regeneration and preservation of their cultures and languages. It could be as simple as making offerings to the land in support of the prayers that these indigenous tribes and elders have held for generations. Even if you don't know specifically what they are, to make offerings in support of the beings of the land that live there, because they know what they are. And it may not be important for you at this moment in time to know all of those details, but to show up and say, I am here in support of this, and I offer up my heart, I offer up my energy, I offer up the dream and vision of my life's work to the fulfillment of the dream and vision that is held within the land. And I'm not talking about offering this up all willy-nilly to just any spirit, okay? I'm talking about doing it with a sense of anchored devotion that they're saying, they keep saying the word severance, like to repair the severance that took place between human and land. So just starting there, making an offering and saying, I open myself to healing all of the places that I've become severed from you, Mother Earth, and the beings that live within you, the tree that you're making an offering to, or the river. So you see, so it's a offering of reconciliation to undo that severance, where you've become severed and disconnected from the earth, and as well as where your ancestors have become severed and disconnected. And so this brings me to, talking about two key processes that I'm going to be going deeper into into teaching, into offering, into exploring in my upcoming course, I Call You Home, the Ancestor course. And these two key, really like invitations and initiatory experiences explore the idea of remarrying the land. How do we reclaim our wild feminine nature through the art of ritual, and in particular ritual that invites us to remarry the land? That's a big thing that we will explore. And then we'll also be exploring what does it mean to reinstate some of these ancient contracts between mammal and man, between the wild feminine and the feral wild animal. And how do we open up to the ferocity within ourselves and really truly unleash the fierce feminine nature that is the divine protectress, that is the steward, that is the mother, and that is the wisdom keeper. And so these two key processes are embedded into the DNA of this course, if you will. And this is a journey with the Kontomblé. It's a journey with the ancestors. It's a journey into ancestral regeneration. And the seed at the heart of the intention of this course is connected to the resurgence of the oracle. Because when we move into ancestral healing, we are working with, of course, our closest lineages, doing repair with our closest lineages, just 1 or 2 generations back. But simultaneously, we're meeting with some of these lineages that are the most ancient in nature and go the furthest back. And we're calling on them for support. And we're going to be going through processes together where we re-anchor our kind of mission or purpose in the realm that they come from. And so when we re-anchor ourselves into the realm of the ancient ancestors, we find that we are supported in a way that previously we didn't know was imaginable. And so we'll be exploring what all of this means in I Call You Home, the Ancestor course. We'll be exploring creativity in the ancestors this upcoming weekend in the Ancestors Terrarium. And there'll be some more upcoming programs and courses with Things with Trees in the months to follow. In the fall, I'll be offering a mentorship program. And there's always more that they're bringing through, but this feels like it's what wants to be spoken today. So the last thing that I'll say is that right now we're being prepared for this wave that's coming from deep within the earth. And the ways that we're being prepared will look different for each one of us, but they'll have a theme in common. And the theme is that the way is being cleared. They're clearing the way, clearing the way, clearing the way. And so if there's stuff that's coming up in your life that feels like, whoa, where did that come from? Or that wasn't what I planned, or, unexpected things that might seem like challenges or blocks, they can actually very well be your guides, guardians, and ancestors bringing something forward to kind of put a halt on a potential direction that you were going that is maybe not the most anchored in the organic, right? Or maybe is not as rooted in nature as it can be. And so trusting those moments of challenges, trusting those moments of blocks, and seeing that they're coming forward because they're clearing the way. And so how do you get out of your own way to clear the way? How do you move through the potential anger, fear, frustration, in a way that is gentle and loving of yourself, in a way that is remothering of yourself, in a way where you can speak to that child within in the way that some of your most ancient loving ancestors would speak to you. And so this is the invitation. So thank you all for joining me for this talk. I will release you now to the message from the Kontomblé, and just keeping in mind that it might be nice to give yourself a little moment. Make sure you're really settled in this space so that you can receive, perhaps, or definitely make some offerings for the Kontomblé because they love them. They love honey and wine and spirits and nuts and seeds. It would be really nice to include some offerings for the whales. So if you have a bowl of water that you can offer, some wild water, anything else that you think the whales might enjoy. You can offer your tears. You can offer a song afterward. See how it wants to move through you and let it be loving and honoring of you. All right. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. I'd love to hear your reflections. So, you can always reach out to me through my website, singswithtrees.com, and learn about our upcoming courses and programs there, as well as join the newsletter where you'll be sure to hear all of those updates. We also have a monthly community call that is called the Village Well, and this is for community integration for people who walk and weave with the little people. So it's been a really fun space. It's a new space, but it's been a place where we can all encourage each other forward on this walk and be in a space of listening together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sending so much love to you. And so it is. Thank you. Rewiring the circuitry, rewiring the circuitry, rewiring the circus. Alamanga, rewiring the circus of the circuits, the circuits of the circus, the circuit. They say deep within the ancestors' bones. There lives an eternal home, an eternal home, an eternal home. Dwelling in the belly of the mountain. And so we see, and so it is, that the bellies of the mountains, and in particular, the mountains that dwell at the bottom of the ocean, are rumbling. Getting ready to quake. Getting ready to break. Getting ready to rupture the field. That was wrapped round. And pinned down. The ancient heart of the mother. And so as the earth is turning, and the souls are yearning, to be siphoned off in the incorrect direction. These grandmother mountains, these grandmother volcanoes, they offer up redirection, resolution, reconciliation. Yes. But most of all, birthing of vibration. A new frequency. A new frequency. A new frequency from deep within the sea. Birthing. In the bellies of the whales. And in the tails. The songs. The seeds. And the prophecies they weave. And the gifts that their bellies carry. Living within the grandmother and grandfather whales right now. Living within their bellies are gifts for future generations. And they're talking about the eggs of the mother whales. I've never even heard of this before, but like, how our grandmothers we were living inside our grandmother's womb as their eggs. And they're talking about all the generations living and residing and presiding in the whale wombs of the mothers right now. They say the emanations that they carry through the generations that live inside their wombs right now. They ripple out for 10, 20, 30, 1,000 generations to come. They say this is how a particular, important, vital, the quality of the frequency in the water is at this time. And so they're saying the grandmothers, they erupt, not solely in retaliation. They erupt, not solely for recalibration. But they explode open. They slowly increase their aperture of the magnetism, living within their field, to soothe the waters. And the grandsons and granddaughters of the whales who are to come, who are to house the future generations' prayers, you see? And so they say, what can we do? How can we be in accordance to the mysteries unfolding, unveiling, the mysteries unfolding, unveiling, the mysteries unfolding, unveiling. Do we swim to the bottom of the sea? Do we hunker down? Do we hunker down and wait and see? Do we remain at the effect of these various frequencies that rain down upon us from the iron eagles in the sky? Or do we let them just fly on by? They say there is another way. There is another way. There's another way. And it has to do with bringing yourself to the belly of the mountain. They say these above ground mountains, they have ancient grandmothers and grandfathers dwelling within them. They are the footprints of they are the footprints of they say like universal deities. They say the mountain grandfathers, the mountain grandmothers are the footprints of these ancient celestial kings and these ancient celestial queens. So the true nature of their crowns lives within the stars seated underground. And so, when the lava rises up out from under the ocean. And when the lava rides up out from these streams of devotion that have been held closely by the heart of the mother, and they're showing all that lava around Mother Earth's core being held like her furnace. It's her furnace, it's her hearth. And she's offering up out from her furnace, out from her hearth, these unearthed potentialities, these rebirthed songs and streams of the celestial kings and queens who they say live within the stars. The deeper within the earth you go, the closer you come to the center of the universe. So you see, the galaxy, the galaxy, with the fallen stars that live within the mantle of the mountain. And so these stars that live within the mantle of the mountains within Mother Earth, they're erupting, they're coming up and out. So that we may walk with giants once again. So that we may be remade into true human men and human women. And disintegrate. And abbreviate. The dichotomies of the machine. They say, for those whose ears are meant to listen, you'll know what they mean. They say the resurgence of the oracle is a special kind of surgery. And so the surgeons of the heart are called forward. The resurgence of the oracle. It's a special kind of surgery. And so the surgeons of the heart. They're called forward at this time. They're saying daughters, they're saying sons. The grandfather and grandmother mountains, they speak to you. They're saying daughters, they're saying sons, they're saying granddaughters, grandsons. Let your tears flow. No longer will you be the target of the invader of dreams. No longer will you be the target of the inversion of scenes. No longer will you be lost dwelling between the diverging timelines. They say a wave is coming. and we're being prepared for it. The way we're prepared is by centering in the heart. They say the recalibration of the crown is underway. It's underway. It's underway. It's underneath this wave that's headed our way. And so to continue to go swimming within the womb of the mother. And then you shall see, 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 you shall see. What truly lies at the bottom of the sea. So they offer just this last little piece to you all as an attunement of cellular vibration. And they say, remember to be like a snail at this time. To go slow and follow the spiral encoded in your shell. They say when you're like a snail, your shell, it's not only there to house you, it's not only there to protect you, but it's there to give you a map. To give you a map. To give you a map to follow that spiral within. And to remember that the best medicine that your cells can receive today is that of tears and that of laughter. And so they're like, if it's not making you cry, and if it's not making you laugh, is it really worth your time? They show like monks sitting in meditation, in silence in meditation. And they say even the most pristine monk, anchored in stillness, he's still cackling inside. Cackling and crackling with the wisdom and the heart of the divine inside. Inside the most pristine monk who sits so anchored and rooted in stillness, there's either laughter or a tear. There's either a cry, the release of a fear, or the embrace of the mystery that lives within the heart of the rose of the divine. They say the rose and the rose, the rose and the rose, the rose and the rose of the divine. The rose has its thorns, and the corn maiden has her rose. And so we lay down the rose at the foot of the mountain of time. Thank you, Kontomblé. And they say thank you to all of you. You know who you are. They send their love. They send their thanks. They say to keep making those offerings and pulling those pranks. Those pranks that you pull on your very own mind. To continue to unwind time. Thank you.